Good morning, my dear students. Today in this video, I am going to continue the same chapter, chapter number 9, Saving the Gharyal, as I have given already about the introduction of the author Janki Lenin as well as Romulus Whittaker. So now I am going to start the explanation for the chapter. So let's open your book to understand this chapter and what exactly there is in this chapter. I want to tell you that through this chapter, Whittaker wants to give you message to conserve wildlife, especially the amphibians and the reptiles, as he has only represented his own account which he has attempted near Padma River, which is the official boundary between India and Bangladesh, and represented a reptile that is a form of a crocodile which is known as gharyals. The difference between a crocodile and a gharyal, that the gharyals are having long snout with jaws which are having sharp teeth to catch fishes, and also they are looking different from crocodiles. So, through this chapter, the author Whittaker wants to give you message to save our nature, to conserve our nature through our steps. So, let's start reading and understanding of the chapter.
Saving the Gharyal is an article written by Janki Lenin on the conservation of the endangered species of crocodiles. Here, the Gharyal is a type of crocodile with a long snout filled with sharp teeth. Now it is on the verge of extinction in spite of having such deadly weapons on its strong jaws. Romulus Whittaker and his colleagues were depicted to save the gharyals from extinction in this article. The physical and behavioral features of the gharyals are described in details in this article, as well as the attempts to save the gharyal families from death. These type of snout the gharyals are having. Gharyal or an alligator is a reptile which is the tooth-filled snout and is on the verge of extinction. In this book, Janki Lenin has critically mentioned how ill activities of humans are bringing this major reptile into the verge of extinction. Appropriate measures have to be taken to safeguard this weaponry animal. The slim jaws lined with sharp teeth are ideal for catching fish, but they have another function. When a male reaches adolescence at around age 12, a strange appendage begins growing on the tip of his snout. This is called in Hindi as ghara. In English we are saying pot. It covers the nostril of the male gharial. When these male gharials are breathing, they are producing a noise, carries across the water. The politest term I can say that this noise is just like or called as a bus snort. It serves two purposes. First is to attract females, and second to warn the other animals or warn of rivals. We can see a big male gharial and his herd underwater and making territorial jaw clap. Territorial jaw clap means bringing the jaws together with a loud snap to scare other male gharials. The gharial is the only crocodile to advertise its presence in this way underwater. A time when crocodiles bask on the sand banks to warm up, this male spent most of his time in the water, alert to any male who might try to take his position. Fights between male gharials involve terrific displays of prowess, means they are having great skill at doing something. They are just thinking themselves that they are the territory holder. And if the other gharial is not frightened away, then the two males then start fighting each other. Their slender snouts clash like shot in the air. You can often hear the crack of a tooth or bone hitting bone sound. After it, one is going to win the fight. Then the females who go to war battling over the best nest site. After overing the fight, the mother gharial makes a nest hole 40 to 50 centimeter deep with her hind feet and then lays about 50 large eggs. She then covers the nest, tossing sand over the area, and also have a track to predict themselves from any predators such as hyenas, jackals and mongooses. At that time, many crocodilians are attentive parents, but little was known about how gharials care for their young until Whitaker observed. One day, Whitaker noticed a mother begin to dig up her nest. As he gone close, he could hear her babies calling from beneath the sand, as other young crocodiles do. Mother crocodiles, after hearing the voice, just take out those babies. After that, this female dug with her front feet, that is called hind feet, and take out her babies. Her 36 babies followed rather like a duckling. Both are there for the safety of these babies. The male gharial is waiting little distance, having little distance, and the female gharial is having these babies with her. When this male gharial come close to them, the babies climbed onto his head, transforming him from an aggressive fighter into a devoted parent. Up to 100 years ago, the gharial's buzz snort resonated, means gone away very far. Not for the gharial, the still waters of ponds or lakes where other crocodiles thrive. This is a river dweller that eats only fish. Unfortunately, this choice of habitat and diet has been the gharial's downfall, because the gharials are eating only fish and they are living deep under the water. After the last ice age, the gharial stacked out. The last ice stack was about 11,000 years ago. During this time, sheets of ice covered large parts of the earth. Crocodiles survived the extreme cold by swimming to warmer places that were close to the equator. They adapted to the new climate after the ice age, and when the melting ice led to flooding and the creation of new land masses, the crocodiles were able to find suitable habitats. To counter this decline and that of other Indian crocodilians, Project Crocodile was set up in 1974 by the Indian government with help from the UN, United Nations. Throughout the 1970s and 1980s, Whittaker and his team carried out surveys and studies, captive breedings, etc., that reared thousands of youngsters and released them in protected areas. Sadly, few of these crocodiles survived for long, but they did not know why. Clearly, though, the gharial is not in as much danger as before, our 30 years strategy of captive breeding has not been enough. The species faces an uncertain future, and its survival is closely linked with the needs of the humans dependent on the rivers. So still they are having campaign to make everyone aware to conserve them. The threats from development, pollution and climate change increasing day by day, but still the people are there, they are hopeful and are at last ready to do what it takes to save the gharial. The thing is to imagine about them and try to make them safe. I hope that you all have understood the chapter. So thank you and God bless you.